Good afternoon, Lake Orion. I am Robin Myers, and I'm going to be your MC for the program today. It's always my pleasure to look out there and see everybody. And we also have something really nice to celebrate, Cinco de Mayo. So, woohoo, margaritas, quesadillas, tacos. I have a few housekeeping things. If anyone needs to use the restrooms, they are out that door, and to your right, you probably passed them on the way in. If you passed the donation table and decided to drop something in the basket for us, thank you very much. We appreciate any and all donations that you put in. We'll take pennies, rubles, whatever you got, put it in the basket. We can keep these programs going throughout the community. And then, probably one of the most important things, you either got a paper program when you came in or had a QR code on there. And you can also donate by going on to our website, and also on the electronic program, it has a Donate Now button, I think at the bottom of every page. So you can do that too. So without further ado, please, as a reminder, to turn off all electronic devices. That includes people in the band that use iPads. We need to put those on airplane mode and Bluetooth. So we don't want any bells ringing or anything going off. We've got enough going on in the percussion section. All right, so Hands Across the Sea was composed in 1899 and premiered at the Philadelphia Academy of Music that same year. The origin of the title is uncertain, but it is certainly representative of the goodwill that the Sousa Band evoked on its multiple European and world tours. Sousa biographer Paul Beerley believes that Sousa discussed the justification of the Spanish-American War in a conversation using John Hookam's line, "A sudden thought strikes me, let us swear an eternal friendship." The vision of Hands Across the Sea came to Sousa as an enactment of that concept. The march was dedicated to all of the countries abroad, allied with the United States, and the Highty-Tighties, the regimental band of the Virginia Tech Cadet Corps. So without further ado, please welcome Annette Klein to the stage as we begin our concert. When I researched the program notes for this concert, I found some very, very interesting things about all of our pieces that shed a whole new light on the music that we're playing, at least for me. So hopefully, when I give this explanation, our band members also will go, oh, it makes so much more sense. All right. So this imaginative work was conceived as the underscore to a fictional fireworks show. Listen for 3 parts. First, the opening section suggests the massive fireworks bursting in grand fashion as the music thrives on each explosion, feeding its energy in a frenzy of excitement. As one final firework explodes to blanket the sky in lights, the second section begins. This section is very impressionistic, and it depicts a stunning laser show with an array of colors and images. The final section is based on an infectious dance and is a musical celebration signifying the return of the fireworks. It includes huge fanfares, forceful rhythms, and metallic sounds that welcome the grand finale. The piece was commissioned by the Southold High School Symphonic Band in Southold, New York. Hailee Milmine is the director. And now we present Midnight on Main Street by Brian Bolmages. Joseph DeLuca was an Italian-American composer, euphonist, and conductor. His fame as a conductor and soloist spread rapidly with many Italian bands. After coming to the United States in 1911, he achieved great fame as a euphonium soloist, appearing with many American bands. DeLuca wrote more than 250 works for band, orchestra, chamber ensembles, and solo instruments. His most famous composition is the one we're about to play, is Beautiful Colorado, which was originally written as a solo for euphonium. Go figure. This afternoon, the NOCB has the distinct pleasure of introducing the 2023-24 Concerto Competition Winner, Hailee Milmine, a senior from Waterford Kettering High School. Yay, Hailee! So if we have any Kettering High School people, give her a hand, yeah. Hailee exudes music in many ways, as she has played saxophone for 6 years and principal bari sax in the wind ensemble and jazz band since her freshman year. She has also played flute and percussion in the wind symphony and bass drum. She was a member of the marching band, marching bari sax for 2 of the years, and sousaphone, serving as the sousaphone section leader for her junior year, and then moved up to drum major in her senior year. Hailee also sings in the chamber choir, and if that wasn't enough, a few of her extracurricular activities include the Waterford New Horizons Band and the Central Michigan University Honors Band. Most exciting will be her 3-week long trip to Europe this summer with the Blue Lake International Symphonic Band. Hailee currently studies with Ian Herban, and after graduation plans to major in music education at Central Michigan University, continuing her studies with Professor John Nickel. And now to play the Valse Caprice from the Beautiful Colorado by Joseph DeLuca, please give a warm welcome to Hailee Milmine, this year's Concerto Competition Winner, and please welcome Annette Klein back to the stage.
certificate that says North Oakland Concert Band Concerto Competition Winner 2023-2024, Hailee Milmine, performing Beautiful Colorado by Joseph DeLuca, May 5th, 2024, Lake Orion High School. I signed it and our president Paul signed it as well. And we present her with a $1,000 check.
Not only did we want to recognize Hailee in that way, but we also want to recognize the parents which are a great support staff, and also the private teachers that she studied with. So if her parents are in the audience, and if her teacher is in the audience, could you please stand? Because that doesn't happen without you. All right, there we go. The Greek god of the sea, Poseidon, is usually pictured as an older, bearded man surrounded by sea life. Son of Kronos, the god of time, and Rhea, the goddess of the earth. Poseidon was a creative and temperamental god. He is attributed with the creation of all horses and sea creatures and powers of the ocean and even the force behind earthquakes. Poseidon is often compared or combined with the Roman god of the sea, Neptune. The inspiration for this work actually came from an 1892 Victorian painting by Walter Crane titled Neptune's Steeds. Poseidon is a portrait of the Greek god, and Poseidon is musically divided into the following sections. But before I get that far, with the internet being what it is, I would definitely look up Neptune's Steeds. I found the picture in Julie Giroux's bio, which was her inspiration for this piece, and the picture just totally explains the music that we're playing. It's got land in the front and an angry sea coming forward with the waves, and each crest of the wave is one of the Poseidon's horses, and Poseidon is coming up behind them. So it's a magnificent painting. I can see how she got inspired by it. So this is musically divided into the following sections. So first is the ocean, its beauty, grace, and often hidden powers of destruction. Giant seahorses from the depths, the journey of the giant seahorses from the bottom of the deepest ocean of the surface. And then Poseidon's seahorse chariot, the great waves of Poseidon and his chariots. And then Medusa and Pegasus, Poseidon's love for both Medusa, who is not always a hideous monster, and Pegasus, who flew out of the neck of Medusa when she was slain. And finally, the Maelstrom, exhibiting the strength and the wrath of Poseidon. Listen as the piano, harp, and sometimes the vibraphone most often are representing the rippling of water as sunshine dances through it, while the lower brass represent Poseidon himself. There will be a 10-minute intermission at the conclusion, which gives you another opportunity to consider a donation to the NOCB, either by cash or check, or using the Donate Now button on your electronic program, or simply going out to our website and using the Donate feature listed there. Please welcome Annette Klein back to the stage as we present Julie Giroux's Poseidon. Welcome back to our second half. House lights down, please. Sousa completed the full score of Belle of Chicago on July 23rd, 1892 in Washington, D.C. This date was precisely 1 week before his discharge from the Marine Corps to form his own civilian band, which incidentally was based in Chicago. Some have speculated the title was intended for Ada Blakely, wife of his new manager, David Blakely. Chicago would prove an important performance site for Sousa for many years, and reviews from the Chicago press were always important to him. An unidentified press clipping demonstrates that initial reaction to the Belle of Chicago was not everything Sousa might have hoped for. What he intended as a salute to the ladies of Chicago received this stinging criticism from one writer. He says, Mr. Sousa evidently regards the Chicago Belle as a powerful creature with the swinging stride of a giant, a voice like a foghorn, and feet like sugar-cured hams. And Mr. Sousa has made his Chicago Belle a strapping kitchen wench. This negative review, while humorous, did not overshadow the fact that this was one of Sousa's best marches to date, so there. We present The Belle of Chicago by John Philip Sousa. Please welcome Annette Klein back to the stage. In 2016, River Bluff High School of Lexington, South Carolina, suffered a great loss as one of their students, Lewis Simpkins, passed away before his time. As a school, they gathered together like never before to honor this wonderful student and family. This new piece, I said I'd get through this. This new piece was literally written 3 days after the tragic events as a token of honor and humble appreciation. The title of Heaven Had a Window implies that when we think of all the loved ones that have passed, we're actually looking through a window and witnessing where they are now and celebrating the fact that we will see them again. To honor Lewis, the piece begins and ends with percussion, as he was a member of the band's percussion section. The composer also hints at the River Bluff High School alma mater to honor how their community came together during this difficult time. This piece is dedicated to the Simpkins family, the community of River Bluff High School, and any loved ones we have lost in our lifetime. This one will be short and sweet. The introduction, that is, not the piece. In this 5-part suite, Marcel Peters draws a musical portrait of the 20th century by means of 5 legendary car types, each of them referring to a specific period, suggested by the contrasting styles. We make a trip back in history of the previous century. We successfully drive a Ford 1926, a Chevy 1952, an MG 63, a Volkswagen 47, and lastly, a Ferrari 2000. All aboard for this musical, historical expedition through the 20th century. And we ask that you hold your applause until the conclusion of the piece. And we want to thank Bob Patton for the video presentation that goes along with this piece. That was such a fun piece to work up. And I want to give an extra special hand to our percussion section that's definitely breaking a sweat back there. So thank you so much. We had to get some people, but we made it happen. Kudos to you guys. Our final piece today couldn't be a more fitting salute to Cinco de Mayo. The music of Arturo Marquez is marked by its use of Mexican and Latin American styles of folk and street music in a concert context. His father was a player in mariachi bands, and the sounds familiar from his childhood echo throughout his compositions. The Conga del Fuego Nuevo is a lively dance, colorfully orchestrated and driven by the percussion section. The tradition of conga music originated in Cuba and spread outward, becoming a form of popular music in Mexico and Central and South America. The word conga also refers to the drum that Marquez's piece provides the traditional rhythm of the duple time conga dance throughout the entire piece. The piece is a tapestry of musical styles, however, including mariachi-like trumpet parts. The title comes from the Aztec ceremony in which all fires were extinguished and new ones started to symbolize the starting of a new world. So the piece translates to Conga of the New Fire. We thank you for spending the afternoon with us, and we hope that you will consider a donation to the band if you haven't already. on your way out of the auditorium so we can keep the community concert series alive and well. And it also, your donations also supported Hailee Milmine today, so that's what your money goes towards, amongst other things administratively that helps keep the band going. We hope to catch you at one of our summer concerts coming up in June and July. The first one will be at the Wildwood Amphitheater right here in Lake Orion at 7 p.m. and the date is Thursday, June 13th, with a rain contingency. Yay, we have a rain contingency this year, being the following Tuesday, which would be the 18th. This concert will feature vocalist Olivia Van Gore, the NOCB, and a big band entitled Swingin' with the NOCB. If you miss us here, we'll also be out at Belle Isle Park in Detroit on Wednesday, July 31st at Sunset Point for the Belle Isle River Blast concert at 7 p.m. Have a safe and relaxing summer and keep up with the band events by visiting our website at nocb.org or by checking out our Facebook page for the latest updates. We conclude with our Salute to Cinco de Mayo, Conga del Fuego by Arturo Marquez. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Get those margaritas, tacos, quesadillas. Jesus just down the street. Let's do it. All right. Thank you so much.